Today I just want to quickly run through this tool set that I put together for my girlfriend's father for his birthday. So I went out and bought this tool chest from Menards. I did a review on just this toolbox. I'll leave a link in the description. It's pretty solid. It's great value for the price. And then I went out and got just some basic hand tools that everybody should have in their home if they want to work on projects themselves. I didn't go out and try to break the bank. I don't believe in buying top price tools when something from Harbor Freight or Menards, which I have a collection of, will suffice. Now, if you find yourself using a specific tool every day and you find that it has some shortcomings, but you're aware that the top end tools might be better, that's when you can go justify spending a bunch of money on something. But if you're just trying to put together a tool set for everyday projects that you're going to work on once a month, 5 times a year, stuff like that, you don't need to spend every dollar you earn on tools. So I just want to get these tools out of their package, get them in my hand and get a good feel for them and let you know whether or not I think that they're any good. So the first tool I got was a hammer. This is just a 16-ounce claw hammer from Harbor Freight. It's nothing fancy. It's got pretty good balance. I'm sure he has a hammer, but I didn't see one on the workbench. So, I think this was $7. I'll put all the prices in the description with links to these tools. But, it didn't break the bank. It's just nice to have a hammer whenever you need one, so I figured just throw one in the toolbox for the price. It does look like it's going to hold up. I mean, it doesn't have your standard, it's not a wood handle with a wedge at the top. It's just glued in there with some probably epoxy. So it's probably not the best hammer you could buy, but again, something good to have in the toolbox. Not going to break the bank. Now for all the tools I bought, I spent less than $300, I think, and with tax, it was probably around $300. I'll put my total in the description also. I did buy these on an Ohio tax holiday, so I saved there. I live in an 8% county, so I saved 8% right off the rip. And then if you're a frequent Menards shopper, they have 11% off rebates all the time, pretty much. So I got 11% off on anything I bought at Menards. Now, the first thing I'm going to open up is these Performax pliers from Menards. Now, if you're familiar with Menards, you'll know they've got like 3 lines of tools. They have the Tool Shop brand here, which is this tool chest. This tool chest is very solid. I'm very happy with this purchase. Again, I will have a review link in the description for more information on this box, but it is very high quality. It doesn't rack. There's a Craftsman one at Lowe's that is I think $5 cheaper. It's the same size, 12 inches deep and 26 across. It might have one more drawer, but it's so cheap. The whole thing racks when you open up a drawer, and it doesn't slide as well as these. These are very good. Now, if you've ever looked at the Husky toolboxes, I would say that this is as good, if not better quality than the Husky stuff at Home Depot. So they have the Tool Shop is their low. Then they got Performax is like their mid, and then Masterforce is like their top end tools that they sell. I got a combination of brands because I read reviews on the stuff at Harbor Freight and made decisions based on that. You'll know Menards doesn't have any reviews, so it's really just a crapshoot. But I know that a lot of their stuff is good quality, and just looking at what Harbor Freight had and looking at even like these pliers from Menards, these just looked nicer and they looked like they were going to hold up longer. And I think everything here has a lifetime warranty regardless of which store you're at. So I mean, you can't go wrong. Let's get this opened up. Man, do I hate these packages. So hard to get into sometimes. All right, let's go right to left here. First, we got these vice grip style locking pliers. Now, I have a pair of original vice grips. You can see they look very, very similar. Their design is almost identical. And if you open these up, this has very little play. I mean, it has some, but I mean, it is what it is. If you look at the vice grips, they have even more play. And they work great. So I think one pair of vice grips, not even made in the US, probably costs more than this whole set of pliers. All right, next we just got a smaller version of the same thing. These lock and unlock pretty easy. They look nice, they feel good in the hand. I like these rubber grips better than just the no grip variety that the standard vice grips have. Next we just have some standard needle nose. The movement is nice. They're not tight at all. They open and close. The tip is very tight, but it's a little, just a little misaligned. You're still going to be able to grab stuff with that. So those are pretty nice. No surface rust on anything so far. Looks like maybe they're oiled from the factory. Next we got just some standard diagonal cutters. Again, these open and close nicely. Got some oil seeping out of the joint, so they lube these up before they package them, which is great. Just wipe some of that off so it doesn't get in the toolbox. Next we got some linesman pliers. I know these are similar to what an electrician would use. These are a little smaller than what an electrician would use. These wide flat jaws are great for grabbing wires if you were going to like twist them together before you put a wire nut on them. It's nice to have a pair of pliers like this that you can grip. See how it's got this nice wide surface. Next we just got regular slip joint pliers. They slip easily. A lot of times you'll have a problem. Look at all that oil in there. They did a good job of protecting these so that they don't rust even before you buy them, which some tools come like that. So these are nice. They close nice and tight. Also a little misaligned. Those will suffice. And then we got some channel lock style what do they call these? Groove joint? Are these groove joint or are these groove joint? I don't remember, but everyone else just calls them channel locks. So these are going to be great for anything you need to adjust a big nut on something. They're not the biggest ones. I know he has a bigger set that he uses around the house. I saw it yesterday when I was over there, but you know, this was just part of the package. The rest of these I don't think he has readily available, so this will be a nice set to be able to reach for when he needs something. Next we're going to open up this adjustable wrench set. Again, lifetime warranty, corrosion resistant. It looks like maybe they're heat treated or dipped. It's got the information on the max jaw capacity. So you got 3 different options. Sometimes you just can't get the biggest one into a tight area, so it's nice to have a variety. Now these feel good. So this is a 10-inch Craftsman. This is an old school, made in the USA. I got these in high school from my dad probably 25 years ago or more. And this is the same size from Mastercraft. The Mastercraft actually opens and closes a little smoother. Maybe not. They're about the same. But their 10-inch opens wider than mine does. So that's nice. But about the same weight. Not quite as thick, but I mean, what's he going to crank on? He could possibly try to snap this. These are pretty good. Next, we got these wire strippers from Harbor Freight. These are like $6, and I was reading the reviews on them, and there was a guy on there that claims that he was a career electrician, and that he grabs these more than anything for his home projects. So got a nice variety of wire gauges that you can strip. It's very clearly labeled on both sides, which is nice. I've got a pair of Craftsmans lying around here somewhere, and it's only labeled on the one side where you can, like, it's painted. The other side, it's just like stamped in, and it's hard to see, especially if you're trying to do something in a dark area. I also like that these are spring-loaded. If you've ever done any number of tasks repeatedly with wire strippers, it gets old having to push them open with your hand, and this has a little lock on it, and so you can squeeze, strip, and let go, and it'll open right up. So I'm liking these a lot. I think I will probably get a pair of these for myself. It does say cut copper only. The nice thing about my Craftsman ones, though, is that it has crimping down here for like butt connectors if you're doing two pieces of wire together. So I do like having those. So they both have their place, but if you're just stripping wire, this is great. Great to have in your toolbox. Less than $10. Highly recommended by a career electrician. I think they feel good in the hand, and I'm, again, really happy with the spring-loaded. All right, next we're going to talk about these handy hex key sets that I got him. I don't know if you've ever had a tool kit that came with these loosey-goosey Allen keys. This came in a socket set my dad bought me in high school, and I haven't lost any of these, but most people immediately lose the size that they need the most. And so these are a little bit of a pain. It's nice to have these always together in the holder. Now what I noticed on these is if you look down here at this Torx set, it is labeled which Torx size is which is very nice. When you look at, I've got this Craftsman set that I bought years ago. It just lists the sizes over here, but when you look down in there, you have to guess. You have to count over, all right, I need the fourth size, I need a T25, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it'll be this one. So I like that it's labeled on the inside there. I mean, I use these whenever I need, I've got the 3-pack just like this, but this is just the Torx one. But I use these on a regular basis whenever I need one of those keys. And so I figured these would be a nice addition. Ironically, this one's a little bit loose. I'm probably going to need one that is in this set to tighten it. Nope. Look at that. Automatically, right off the rip, got to use it. So that's nice and tight now. It's nice and tight. Perfect. Now I know he's got some other tools that he can fill this up with. I'm just kind of spacing them out. Now I also got him this wrench set from Menards, this Master Force. This is a combination ratcheting wrench set. Now this is probably the most pricey thing besides the toolbox. Yesterday I found out that he actually has just a standard combination wrench set that came in a socket set he got at Costco. So I'm not sure he's going to keep this, and I don't want to open it and not be able to return it. So I'm not going to take it out, but it's got a nice chrome finish. It's got a lifetime warranty. You can see the sizes here. I was looking at a similar set. You have to buy 2 sets at Harbor Freight to get both standard and metric, but they only sell, I think, 7-piece sets for each metric and standard, and they were $20 per set, so 40 bucks, and I think these were 60, but then 11% off. You know, it was a little more pricey, but you got 20 pieces, so you got 3 extra wrenches for each SAE and the metric. So I thought this was a better set. I also liked that it had this nice holder. I can't open it. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to need to return this or not, but this was the best set I could find. I looked at all the stores, and for the price and the quality, these were the go-to for sure. I don't know, because this is supposed to be a case that you can carry. It hinges down here. I don't know if you can separate them and put them side by side in the toolbox, or if it has to stay in this holder the way that it is. If it was my toolbox, I'd get a couple of the cheap racks they have at Harbor Freight to line those up so that I could see the sets that I need. But I know he's got a small socket set that he's had probably for 40 years in a little, steel case. That'll sit over here probably. And I just wanted to give him a place to land all the tools. If you have a place to put them, you're more likely to put them away. But if you don't have anywhere to put them, then you just set them down, and then they get lost, and you can never find what you need when you need them. Yeah. I don't know where the good place is for that, but we'll leave it there for now. All right, last we got this screwdriver set. Now I got this at Harbor Freight, obviously. It's a 22-piece set. It comes with this stupid little thing that you use once in your life and call it one extra piece. But I liked them. I know they're probably fairly cheap, but they got a chrome coating, so they're less likely to rust. And I liked that they were color coded. So you can tell if you're using a red Phillips or a blue flathead or a green Torx or a yellow square drive. Now I looked at a bunch of different sets and I thought that this had the best variety. Very few sets have this many smaller headed screwdrivers, which are great for getting into small areas, and very few had Torx, and I didn't see any, I don't think, besides this set that had square drive. And those are becoming increasingly popular, so it's nice that we've got that option. And then it also has some stubbies, which a lot of sets also don't come with. And if you look, it's got the hex shank at the top here. You can put a wrench on these bigger ones, and that will help you break free some screws. So will these hold up? I don't know how good the metal is. They might just strip out, but they do have a lifetime warranty up here. So, you know, I think these were $22. Don't quote me on that, because that might be the 22 that I got. But it was less than 30 for sure. These were, I thought, just the best bang for the buck. So let's get them out. Here's all of the sizes that it comes with, if you're interested. Oh, those feel pretty good in the hand. Like, again, I liked the color coding. I thought that was a nice feature. This is fun. So, again, not the most expensive screwdrivers. It's chromed. I knew what I was buying. I knew I wasn't buying top-end stuff. This isn't a bunch of Snap-on stuff. If you bought all this stuff from Snap-on, you probably spent $5,000. So I wasn't sure if these black tips were magnetic, but it appears that they might be. It's a little, this screw is a little too heavy, but it'll hold it right on the tip there. So that's great. It doesn't say, I didn't see that anywhere on the packaging, so I'm happy about that. Just a little too shallow to fit this way. So I got this old screw out of my screw drawer. Just wanted to see. Yeah, that magnet's not strong, but it is magnetic. There's a nice assortment of Torx bits. Torx are becoming increasingly popular, so it's nice to have a few of those lying around. Screwdrivers are labeled on the shank, not on the handle anywhere, which I'd prefer it on the handle, but if you're trying to find what you need, it's on there somewhere. The Phillips and flathead don't appear to be labeled. They just say chrome. So I don't know which one, you know, is a P1, P2. So that's a little bummer. The Craftsman screwdrivers I have are all labeled on their size, which makes it, you know, a little easier when you're just trying to grab something quickly out of the toolbox. All right, so that set is pretty nice. Fits nice in the drawer. I know he's got a bunch of other screwdrivers, so this will probably be all filled up once he collects them and is able to put them in here. But at least he's got a good start, and he has all the screwdrivers he could need. He just has to make sure that they make it back to this toolbox. My video on this tool chest, I have measurements for everything in here, so if you are interested in any more information on this tool chest, go check out that video. I'll leave a link in the description. So guys, this is just what I bought him for his birthday. If you need any more information on these tools, you'll find it down in the description. I'm going to put together a list of tools that I think should go in a beginner's toolbox. There's some stuff here that I didn't include because he already has it. For instance, we bought him a bunch of nice tape measures last year. You definitely want a tape measure, maybe a torpedo level for hanging pictures, things like that. There's some other tools that you probably want to put into a beginner's toolkit like this. I'll leave that whole list down below. I'll leave links for everything, prices for everything, other suggestions if you don't have Menards or Harbor Freight or either. I'll try to put some stuff together from Amazon, give you all that stuff. It'll all be down in the description. I hope this helped you get some ideas for gifts for yourself. These are great gifts for Father's Day, for it could be Mother's Day, birthdays, Christmas, any holiday, any gift-giving holiday. This would make a great gift for someone who likes tools or likes to do stuff around the house. Again, there's a link in the description for this tool chest from Menards. You won't find reviews on their website, but I put together something. It gives you measurements on everything. And if you have any questions, go down to the comments. I will get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you found this informative. Thanks for watching.